How do you know if you're a player? Is it winning? Most people wouldn't think that losing would suggest that you're a player, but that's how you really know, when you lose. What kind of character do you have when your last game wasn't your best game? Do you still maintain a positive self-image and stay optimistic about the future? How do you know if you're a real player in this game of life? The only way to know for real if you're a player in the game of life is not winning and losing, but how you handle the opposite factor in the game. I am a player, but the only reason that I know for certain that I'm a player is because of the opposite quality, hate. You cannot be a player unless you have the opposite aspect. For every motion or forward motion, there's an equal and opposite force. Einstein, right? Well, the true masters of any game, the heroes, in my African ancestry we call it Heru. The white man later said hero, okay. But Heru, the true Heru, is only known as such because of his opposition. Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, the Hulk. The only reason that we see them as superheroes, and they deserve that name, that title, is because of their ability to overcome opposition. I am a player. My name is Warren B. I am the original man of the earth. In most cases, I feel a level of hate from people that aren't like me. There is an opposing energy. That's how I know I'm a god on a spiritual level. Anytime you have someone who has an exceptional gift, they are exceptional not because they win or lose a game, but because of their ability to overcome the opposite quality. How do you know if you're a player? The only way to know and truly validate whether you are a player, a true player, is if you have haters. Hence the term player hater. A player hater is what proves that you are a player. If no one is hating you, you are a nobody. Now when I'm in a public place, I ignore people because most people are boring to me. There's nothing to watch. There's nothing to see. There's nothing to like. There's nothing that draws me to them. Boring. Like white Wonder Bread with no nutritional value. They bleach white bread and then they enrich the motherfucker. And the bleach killed the enrichment that was in it. So then you have to pay for you to enrich something that was enriched before you bleached it. Most of you are bleached, lame motherfuckers. Your existence is pointless. You should commit suicide. Because what other role do you play on earth other than to hate? That's a corny ass existence, and that's most Americans. So I'm making this not because of a win or a loss. This is the post-game interview after Game 7. But Celtics Heat. But this is not based upon a win. Let's say that they had lost the game and this was the interview. They still gonna be players tomorrow. And you still gonna be a hater tomorrow. True players focus on playing. They focus on the game. They don't focus on haters. I know, I feel the hate towards LeBron because in my own right, I'm a powerful spirit. And in most cases, I feel the hate of white people in this country. And I'm from Cleveland. When LeBron came back to Cleveland that first game, and he walked in the stadium and all those devils was booing him, guess what? I feel that way every day just going to the fucking corner store in this racist ass city. I never took my talents to South Beach. I never gave you a reason to hate me. Haters don't need a fucking reason to hate. They're going to do it because that is their birthright. That is what their existence is comprised of. I don't know these bums, but I feel the same hate from you. But true players do not focus on hate. They focus on the game. They focus on what their goals are. A Heru. I am a Heru. LeBron is a Heru. Wade is a Heru. How do you know a Heru? Because of the opposition. You buster ass haters. That's how you know that you got a Heru in front of your face. White people in this country are at the center of hate. No black person has ever created a law in history that would keep a white man from being able to provide for his family. And no black man has ever sat back and benefited from laws that subjugate somebody that doesn't look black in order for us to have a comfortable time. If you do not fight for the rights of people regardless of what they look like, you are not human. A human being wants for LeBron what he wants for himself. Are you human? You have to get past your concept. I know you can't, but you have to get past your concept of right and wrong, morality. You hate based upon a phrase. Well, it's the way he did it. It's the way that he did it. If you are Satan's child, and you're going to be that tomorrow. You don't need a reason to hate somebody. You're going to do that anyway because you don't have a soul. In this interview, Wade was asked about how he feels when people have you buried. I think it was after Game 4, and people just pretty much had the Heat buried and said, okay, well, that's it, you know, it's over. You know what the Wayne Wade's response was? Thank you. And he said it one more time. Thank you. He had no other words to say. I'm only doing this video because these are kindred spirits. I feel the same inertia every day, just being a god. I don't have to make the money that they make. That shit'll come. I ain't worried about that. I'm talking about a kindred spirit that's on a certain level. I know that the war is not physical. It's spiritual. And I know I must be great because of the inertia, because of you haters.
LeBron, Doc Rivers calls you the most scrutinized athlete that he can ever think of. How do you agree with that? And then how do you kind of continue to overcome that, you know, the way you did the last 2 games as you play in your 3rd finals?
I don't know if I'm the, I don't know, as far as the scrutinized, I don't know. I don't get involved in that. For me, as a competitor and as a player individually, I just try to do whatever it takes to help our team win. You know, I do the things in the off season to prepare myself coming to the season to be dominant, and I try to lead by example and lead by my voice every night we step on the floor, and that's on and off the court. So I can't worry about what people say about me, about my game, about who I am as a person. I can't get involved in that. You know, people can have their own opinions, and you know, rightfully so, they can have their own opinions. For me, I just go out and you know, play at a high level. And do whatever it takes for us to win, you know, and I could be happy with that.
LeBron, you called it unique, I guess, that Chris is coming off the bench. You don't think he should come off the bench in the finals, though, right? Or do you?
Coach. I don't know. Slow talk already. I'm starting. And this guy is starting. That's all I know.
I'm starting. That it's even up for debate is interesting, though, right?
No, I don't think it's interesting. I think it's interesting at all. I mean, we've played some good ball. It doesn't matter who starts or who finishes the game. I mean, James Harden doesn't start, but he's always on the court at the end of the game. Jason Terry doesn't start. But last year in the finals, he was in the 4th quarter every game. He didn't start tonight, but he was in the 4th quarter. So it doesn't matter who starts, who finishes the game, and who's being productive. You know, that's what it all boils down to.
Thank you.
Hate on, bitches.